God damn it, procrastination like a drug I just can't quit. Anyway, well, hello and welcome back to another video. And this we're looking at this mobile phone in 2020. Something tells me this state of this thing is not going to change very much in the future. Anyway, this is the LG Voyager Titanium. There was a non-titanium version, but then they also released this version for some reason, which I think the only difference was software, and the non-titanium earlier ones also got the same software changes through an update. Yeah, that was just confusing. Also, I should get this boy for references. Ooh. So, the LG VX10000, this was basically at the time released when the iPhone, the first one, this is not an iPhone, this is an iPod 2G. But yeah, these are pretty much on par with those when it comes to usability with the modern internet and stuff. Is this on? I don't know. The battery in that thing is very worn, because it's very old. It's still on, yeah. Well, anyway, this was Verizon's answer to the Apple iPhone. And so this is actually technically a smartphone. Is that still booming? Yes. Which apparently the iPhone 7 does not want to focus on. And this version specifically mid 2009. So about that. Ooh, it's on, nice. And so around the device, we have resistive touchscreen that doesn't work on my phone because it was kind of squished in the middle, and I did get it to work more by like separating the bits and then putting them back together, but then I still wanted it to work completely, so I did it again and then just destroyed it. Yes, with a nav cluster basically. Side buttons, camera, lock button for the touchscreen so that it doesn't, like, I don't know, fish emails your bank account numbers while in your pocket, because boink, boink, boink. Volume buttons. Something interesting, Verizon's, what's it called? VCast, yeah. They're like VCast-based mobile phones. Pretty much always allowed you to basically change the volume on other things. In other apps, apparently not. So on bottom, proprietary charging cable and data port. Holy shit, phone manufacturers at this time, like, every 10 femtoseconds, they change the goddamn charging cable. I don't know why. Like, I get, like, capitalism, like, each company wants to control more of the market and, like, stuff, and so weird authoritarian stuff and making things not work with each other. But why so often? I don't get it. I think they would at least, each entity would at least stick with one like cable type, like cable type and stick with it, but no, they did not. On the top, there's nothing. Here we have micro SD card slot, which is kind of interesting for its capabilities. It's a logical block addressing, and a 2.5mm headphone jack that not very good. For a multimedia focused mobile phone that was competing against the first fucking iPhone, they decided it was a good idea to like gimp the audio quality out of that port, so that's not as good. On the back we have 2 megapixel camera, which for like phones of this time would pretty good actually. Most other phones had like, even flip phones today still have like 0.3 megapixels, and it's disgusting. Sometimes less. So I shut this boy down. The battery, this is an aftermarket one from like Amazon that got destroyed, partially mangled in the mail. I don't recall who shipped it, so I'm just gonna blame United Partial Smashes. Fucking love that nickname. And there's information. MEID is probably just useless, not really necessary. This phone has pretty much a 0 chance of it being used as a mobile phone again, because I already have a mobile phone. I have a SIM card in here. If it'll focus. And let's turn the lights on. That just made things worse. What I have? 64 gigabytes. Why is it not focused? Oh my god. 64 gigabytes. For something like this, for an early smartphone / flip phone, I guess, that's a shit ton of storage. It's still not focused, oh my god. That's like taking a terabyte SSD and shoving it into an MS-DOS build. That, for that kind of software, this kind of software, that's a lot of storage. Now for like modern smartphones, not so much, but ooh, that's a lot of storage for something like this. Inside, another screen. Now I think back, I don't know why they went with this form factor. Surely it would have been cheaper just to have one screen and have it like go and slide. Hopefully the phone would not make that noise. Here we have a keyboard, which might have a weird layout, but because it's a thumb type thing, and you're probably subconsciously looking at it because the screen is so close to it, it doesn't really matter, although sometimes I hit symbol instead of shift, or shift instead of symbol, for like the modifier keys whenever I do that. Yes, whenever I type, 2 space bars, one of which have the voice assistant. Wow, amazing. I think, I don't know. Nav cluster for navigating stuff. Something about this phone, because of the unpleasant shenanigans I've done, and because of United Partial Smashes, the battery on this phone does not fit very well, and because my shenanigans in the past involved soldering directly to the battery contacts, I've had to replace the rightmost contact multiple times. So if this suddenly shuts off or does some weird things, keep that in mind. It's not really the phone's fault. Although, this could have some dying caps, I don't know. So if we boot it, entertainment on my phone, amazing! Verizon Wireless. Yes. The screen is not focused on because it emits light. Stalin did nothing bad. Ooh. Yes. Let's try and get this in. So on the main menu we have messages, contacts, an overexposed bit of text that says menu. Screen recording this screen is kind of annoying. For some reason, backlight is kind of limiting. There's no you can't set it to certain values like the brightness, like most mobile phones or things with a screen with a backlit screen. No, it's just high or low. I don't understand that. So we have Media Center, messages, messaging, pretty much useless to me. Contacts, slightly less useless to me. Recent calls, useless to me. VZ Navigator, I don't know why, but I uninstalled that. Browser, actually does technically have a use. Even if this thing isn't activated to a cellular network. Music, yeah, that's useful. Settings and tools. Let's Media Center. Music and tones, picture, video, games. There are no games. And until I figure out how to sideload things on there, there's going to be no games. Browse and download. Yeah, City ID. Mobile email. I've messed with that. With maybe not this one. No, not that one. No. Visual voice mail. So that's kind of like it's basically. Now you might be thinking, oh, some sort of weird video thing. No. It's basically a GUI for the voicemail on this phone, and you had to pay for it. Fucking brilliant. And the way that's hooked up there, when you haven't paid for it, it just goes a video. Actually, let me let it talk. And probably still talk over it.
Voicemail like never before.
Wow.
Visual voicemail allows you to manage your voicemail directly from your device. Avoid calling your mailbox, hearing voice instructions, and listening to prior messages. Now you can see your messages and select the ones to listen to and erase. You can even call back, text, and archive important
Wow.
from your visual inbox. With visual voicemail, you're in charge.
Why did it hang? Upgrade check is not available. Oh. Now get out of here. Yeah, that's a thing. Extras. There's nothing. And it'll never work. Because they discontinued it. Messaging. That pretty much dead to me. Contacts, slightly less dead to me. Recent calls, dead to me. Settings and tools. This is slightly more interesting. I don't think that... No, that's not going to work. My legs are falling asleep because I'm on the floor in something weird. In a weird thing. Settings and tools. Voice commands. Wow.
Command.
Check time.
Current time is
Wow, it actually works.
1:47.
Yeah, it's kind of finicky.
Call, digit dial, call alert.
This-
Please say a command. To make a call,
What is the
say a
thing that
command.
says?
Help. Press the voice command key to start the voice command system.
What is it about it?
Digit dial.
I don't know, but it was created by an entity called Nuance Communications, I believe, and they did the text-to-speech and speech-to-text engine for this phone. Calculator, just like every other calculator on mobile phones from this era, it sucks. Calendar, never use it. Alarm clock, technically I have an alarm clock. Stopwatch. World clock, kind of. I think that's a flash based thing for some reason. Notepad, I am not opening that because I have personal information in that. Easy to calc, also a flash based thing. I don't know why, but Brew MP based mobile phones pretty much always have had this, and I don't know why. I never understood it. USB mass storage. It allows you to use this phone as an extremely slow mini SD card reader. It doesn't allow you to actually access the internal storage that way. You have to use something like BitPim or Qualcomm's SDK tools to that. Although the SDK tools don't like this phone, at least the ones I have installed on my computer. Sounds, and then you have settings, USB auto detection, sync data, sync music, ask on plug. This also allows you to do Bluetooth or USB, and with very numb feet from blood being slowed down to the feet because of the position I'm sitting in, allows you to basically tether to this phone and allows the computer to access its modem and basically issue AT commands, which is nice. It also supports faxes. You can not only could you connect to your BBS through this if it was hooked up to a carrier, but you could also make and receive faxes. Yes. Although I don't think it allowed you to manipulate the ring settings on that most modems have. They allow you to set how many rings before they auto answer. I don't think that's capable on that. And you can't like hang the can't put the modem on hook or on a off hook because, well, in this context, what the hell does that mean? Does it like shut the modem off, or does it just, yeah. Phone info, memory, card memory usage, initializing. Wow, yeah, this thing's Brew's logical block addressing is quite impressive. I do have this SD card is partitioned with the very end is an ext based partition, so that Android could like load apps onto the SD card for my other phones. My pictures, videos, settings, sounds. I guess we should look at the camera. Oh, it's bright. Thanks for that. No. That was a thing that I did with Minecraft. It involved flying machines. Resolution 1600 by 1200. That's not that bad for something like this. And it's not. Focus. 1280 by 960, 640 by 480. Hello, 480 by 854, my old friend. 320 by 240. Self-time. I don't want it to be said. Self-timer. Does anyone actually use that? White balance. Only a couple settings. Shutter sound. Who the hell thought that was a good idea? color effects. Yeah, that night mode. Wow. What does that do? Save option. Get to set where it goes. You're gonna set that. Photometry average or spot. Is that the focus thing? I think this is capable of focusing in external display, on, off, so others can see it. Autofocus, yeah, it has a little like coils and magnets in the camera for like focusing. 1 step, 2 step off, capture mode, camera, video. Let's go to video. And you're probably going to be disappointed. Aperture, white balance, color effect, save option, external. I don't want to fill up the precious memory. Resolution 320 by 240 or 176 by 144. I'd imagine both those have different frame rates. Yeah, you would think save. What else? You would think the video option would be better, but for like a 2 megapixel camera. But no, it fucking 320 by 240. That's not even you can get away with 640 or 480 on YouTube. Just ask UXW Bill. But no, not 320 by 240. It's not 2010 anymore. No. I wonder if that's a limitation based on the CPU in this. This is an ARM9 based core at 225 megahertz, which is not that weak. And if we, yeah, RAM 3, I think, actually. I don't know if that's thing. Well, anyway, music. I actually use this as a media player for some insane reason. I don't know why I use this to for music. Actually, no, I shouldn't play that. Right. Now for the second thing. Browser. As you can see, I actually loaded something. Because, well, this won't load Google because it's not connected to the internet, but you can do little bits of HTML and basically use it as a calculator, a very shit JavaScript based calculator. Bold. Wow, amazing. So, I've also found some weird exploit. Some weird? No. Now I have found some exploits involving that. That's about it, really. Oh, the touchscreen keyboard is kind of just crap. And for some reason, you would think stuff on here would be portrait, but no. Sometimes it's landscape on our screen. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, it still has its uses.